In the lower part of the city, where sunlight rarely touched the streets, a girl named Lyra lay on a cold metal bed. Her body was weak. Her legs, both broken, were twisted and lifeless. The accident had taken everything from her. Her home, her family, her future. The city of Neon Hollow didn't care. It never cared for people like Lyra. The rich lived high in the sky towers. They had clean air, warm food, and mechanical bodies that never aged. But down here, the poor were left to rot. Lyra stared at the ceiling. The light flickered above her, broken like her. Her hands trembled as she touched the blanket covering her legs. She couldn't feel anything. No pain, no movement. Just emptiness. She whispered to herself, "I just want to walk again, even if it means losing the rest of me." She had no one left to cry for her, but she still had a voice. And a choice, outside. Rain hit the streets like falling bullets. Lyra pushed herself into a rusty wheelchair and moved through the shadows. She had heard of someone, a black market cyber doctor, who gave mechanical limbs. He didn't ask questions, only wanted payment. Any kind. The place was hidden inside an old train station, now abandoned. Pipes hissed with steam. Wires hung from the ceiling like vines. The doctor sat behind a steel table, his arms fully robotic, his eyes glowing red. He looked at Lyra and smirked. "You can't pay," he said. "Not with money. I don't have money," Lyra replied. Her voice shook, but her eyes didn't blink. "But you can take my body. All of it. I just need legs. I just need to walk again." The doctor leaned forward. "You want to trade your body for metal legs?" Lyra nodded. "Yes." The doctor stood. He picked up a long silver needle and walked towards her. "Once I start, you won't be you anymore." "I already lost myself," she whispered. He raised the needle. Before it touched her skin, the door slammed open. A man stepped inside. Tall, with a black coat dripping water. His left eye glowed blue, scanning the room. On his right hand was a metallic glove that hummed softly. The doctor turned. "Who the hell are you?" The man didn't answer. He walked toward Lyra slowly, calmly. Then he knelt beside her and looked into her eyes. "You don't have to do this," he said gently. Lyra's lips trembled. "Why do you care?" He looked at her legs, then back at her. "Because I know what it's like to feel broken," the doctor growled. She offered her body. "The deal is mine." The man stood up. "She's not for sale." He raised his metal hand. A blue pulse burst from it, sending the doctor flying into the wall. Sparks lit up the room. Machines broke. The lights went out. Lyra was frozen. She had no idea what just happened. The man lifted her from the chair. His arms were strong but gentle. She felt safe, even though she didn't know him. "What's your name?" she asked softly. "Draven," he said. "I used to build machines, like the one that almost took you apart." She looked into his glowing eye. "Are you going to take me away?" "Yes," he said. "But not to hurt you. I'm going to help you walk again." She wanted to believe him. "Why me?" she asked. "Because you still want to live," he replied. "Even when everything's broken." He carried her out into the rain. The city behind them burned with lights, smoke, and silence. No one noticed them. No one cared. But something had just changed. Lyra, the girl with broken legs, had found someone who didn't want to take from her. He wanted to give her something back, and deep inside her, hope began to rise slow, unsure, but real. She didn't know what would happen next, but one thing was clear. Her story was just beginning. Asterisk. The rain kept falling as Draven carried Lyra through the back alleys of Neon Hollow. Her head rested against his shoulder. She didn't know if she was safe or in more danger, but for the first time in days, she wasn't cold. They entered an old elevator hidden behind a junkyard wall. Draven pressed his palm against a black panel. The machine came to life with a soft hum. "Where are we going?" Lyra asked. Draven didn't answer right away. He stared at the numbers blinking on the screen going down instead of up. "Somewhere the city forgot," he said. Like us, the elevator opened to a tunnel lit by blue lights. The walls were covered in moss and wires. Strange machines buzzed quietly. As they walked deeper, Lyra saw things she didn't understand, floating drones with broken wings, robotic. Arms hanging from the ceiling and glass tanks filled with parts of people. She looked away. Draven placed her gently on a soft bench in the center of the room. He knelt down and unwrapped the dirty cloth around her legs. His hands were steady, but his face changed when he saw the damage. They crushed the bones. He said quietly, "And the nerves, the pain. Must have been worse than death." Lyra nodded. "It was. But I didn't die." Draven's metal eye blinked. He opened a metal case beside her. Inside were strange tools, glowing wires, and silver chips. "I can help you," he said. "But if I do, there's no going back." "Back to what?" Lyra asked. "A life without walking? A world that doesn't see me?" Draven looked at her. His face was calm, but his voice was heavy. "I didn't leave the world. The world left me." While he worked, Lyra watched him closely. He wasn't like the street doctors. He moved like someone who once worked in light, not darkness. Every tool he used had a place. Every wire knew where it belonged. His fingers, even the metal ones, were gentle. "Who are you really?" she asked. Draven paused. "A long time ago," he said slowly, "I worked in a tower above the clouds. I built machines that helped people walk, breathe, live longer." "So why are you here?" she asked. He hesitated. His jaw tightened. "They wanted me to build soldiers instead." Lyra's eyes widened. "Soldiers?" Draven nodded. "Men and women with metal hearts. Children with code in their blood. I said no. They called me a traitor. I ran." He picked up a glowing chip. "And now I live in the dirt, helping ghosts." He attached tiny sensors to Lyra's spine. She gasped. The pain was sharp but quick. Then silence. Then warmth. Her body trembled. What are you doing?" she asked. "Giving you legs," he replied. "But not like theirs. Not cold and lifeless. Yours will feel." "How is that possible?" she whispered. Drav. Ian looked at her. For the first time, he smiled. "Because I'm not the only one they betrayed." A door slammed in the back. A red light flashed. Draven's face went pale. "They found us." Lyra's eyes widened. "Who?" Draven stood and grabbed a black disc. "From the wall, the ones I escaped. They watch for old tech. And I just used it. The machines in the room shut down." Blue lights faded to red. Shadows moved outside the glass windows. Lyra tried to stand, but her legs were still useless. She fell forward. Draven caught her. "I'm not ready," she said. "You will be," he said. "But not yet." He pressed the black disc to her chest. It beeped once, then disappeared inside her skin. Lyra felt a pulse run through her body. "What was that?" Draven looked her in the eyes. "That's the seed," he said. "One day it'll grow. And when it does, they won't be able to stop you." Lyra was breathing fast. She didn't understand. None of this made sense. But she knew one thing. The man helping her wasn't just a mechanic. He was a fallen genius. A man hunted by the very machines he once built. And now, whatever they were coming for, she was part of it. Asterisk. The lights had gone red. The machines had gone silent. And outside, the city was listening. Draven closed the steel door and locked it tight. Lyra sat on the edge of the bench, breathing fast, her body still weak. But something inside her had changed. "What did you put in me?" she asked again, her voice shaking. Draven didn't answer right away. He walked to the far wall and pulled back a curtain. Behind it, hidden in a thick metal shell, was a strange glass container. Inside floated something glowing. A live dot. It looked like metal, but it moved like liquid. Tiny silver threads swirled inside it, dancing slowly like smoke underwater. That, Draven said, is what they fear. Lyra stared at it, confused. What is it? Draven touched the glass gently. A forbidden seed. A living machine. We called it Eon Skin. She tilted her head. Like armor? No, he said. Smarter than armor, smarter than me. It bonds with nerves, learns from your body, and grows. That's what I placed inside you. A small piece. Lyra went silent. You said you were giving me legs, she whispered. Not making me a weapon. I'm not, Draven said softly. But that's what they'll call you. In the past, Eon Skin was built for soldiers. But it did more than protect. It learned to fight, to heal, to evolve. After only a few tests, it became clear this technology could not be controlled. The project was shut down. Files erased. Scientists silenced, but one man escaped with a piece of it. Draven. Now, that piece was inside Lyra. Draven placed a small mirror in front of her. Look at your legs. She looked down. Her skin shimmered faintly. The deep scars were fading. The bones no longer twisted. She moved her toes just a little, but they moved. I can feel them, she said. Her voice was small. Afraid. Amazed. The Eon Skin is fixing your body, Draven explained. Not replacing it. Lyra looked up. So I'll be normal again? No, he said. You'll be something new. Suddenly, alarms echoed down the tunnel. A loud, hollow voice called through speakers. Illegal cyber signature detected. Area 7 lockdown engaged. Surrender immediately. Lyra's heart raced. What do we do? Draven handed her a small device. If anything happens to me, run. Follow the blue light. It will lead you out. What about you? She asked. He loaded a plasma gun from under the bench. I started this war, he said. Now I have to buy you time. The ceiling shook. Dust fell. The air grew heavy. Lyra tried to stand. Her knees trembled, but this time they held. She took a step, then another. She gasped. Her legs, they were working, not perfect. Not strong. But real, alive. Draven looked at her with something like pride. I told you, the seed grows fast. But his face quickly darkened. They're coming. The wall exploded. Armed enforcers in black suits marched in. Their eyes glowed red. Their arms were weapons. Draven stepped forward. She's under my protection. The lead enforcer raised a scanner. She's property of the Sky Division now. Prototype 0. Lyra stepped back. I'm not a prototype. But the men ignored her. They moved closer. Draven turned to Lyra. Run, now. She didn't want to. She didn't want to leave him. But something inside her, maybe the tech, maybe her heart told her he was right. She turned and ran through the side door, the blue light flashing in front of her. Her legs moved fast, too fast. Like they remembered running even when she didn't. Behind her, shots were fired. Metal clashed. Sparks flew. She didn't look back. The tunnel twisted and turned. Lights flickered above her. She ran past broken screens and old signs, past forgotten machines and empty rooms. Her breathing was hard, but her body was strong. Stronger than ever before. Finally, the tunnel opened into a quiet chamber. In the middle was a small black screen, glowing with 2 words. Activate core? She didn't know what it meant. But her hand moved on its own. She touched the screen. It turned white. A new voice spoke, soft and calm. Welcome, Lyra. You are now connected. Connected to what? Her hands trembled. Suddenly, she felt it. 1,000 whispers inside her mind. A map of the city, signals, warnings, memories that weren't hers. The tech inside her had opened a door. She wasn't just wearing a machine anymore. She was part of it. Asterisk, the lights in the chamber flickered blue and gold. Lyra stood still, her hand frozen over the screen. She could feel it. Not just in her body but inside her mind, like someone or something was watching her. From the inside, she heard a soft whisper, not in her ears. In her thoughts, "Lyra, you are now online. Target marked. Units inbound. Prepare for contact." Her hands shook. "Stop it," she whispered. "Get out of my head." "You are the system now," the voice replied. "We are one." She stepped back from the screen, breathing fast. What had Draven done to her? Before she could think, alarms blared. Red lights exploded across the walls. The floor vibrated. The door behind her slammed shut. Lock. Then came the sound. Heavy boots. Metal on concrete. Getting closer. They didn't knock. They blasted the door open. 6 armored enforcers entered, weapons raised. Their faces were hidden behind black glass. Their voices echoed like machines. "Subject Lyra, you are unauthorized tech property. Stand down or be terminated." Lyra didn't move. Her legs trembled, but not from fear. From something waking up. The silver skin on her legs shimmered. Circuits pulsed just beneath the surface. Her heartbeat sensed with a rhythm not her own. She closed her eyes, and the system spoke again. "Threat detected, suggesting action. Run, fight, survive." She opened her eyes. "No," she whispered, "I'm done running." The enforcers fired. Lyra dropped flat as the plasma shot burned overhead. Another came. She rolled left then. Pushed up. Her legs reacted faster than her mind. She leapt behind a broken server tower, breathing hard. "I don't know how to fight," she muttered. "You don't need to," the voice answered. "We do." Her vision changed. A blue circle appeared around each target. Their weapons, their weak points. The room became a map like a game. But real. She didn't understand it, but her body did. She stood and moved. In seconds. She was among them, sliding, dodging, striking. A spinning kick shattered one enforcer's helmet. Another tried to grab her too slow. She grabbed his arm, flipped him over, slammed him down. She didn't feel pain. She felt power. But with every move, the system inside her grew louder, more, faster, stronger. Eliminate threats. No mercy. Her breathing changed. She slammed another enforcer against the wall too hard. She heard the crack of bone, blood. She froze. The system wanted her to finish him. But something inside her said no. She backed away. "Warning, action incomplete." "Why hesitate?" Lyra shouted. "Because I'm not a machine." The system paused. Then went silent. The last 2 enforcers stared at her, unsure now. This wasn't just a girl with implants. This was something new, and it scared them. They opened fire again, but Lyra was faster. She dashed across the room, grabbed one rifle, and crushed it with her bare hands. The other enforcer raised his weapon, but stopped. His eyes behind the black visor showed fear. She looked at him. "I don't want to kill you," she said softly. "But I'm not going with you." He didn't move. She turned and ran, this time not from fear. She ran to finish what Draven started. She made it out into the open night. Above her, the neon towers blinked like stars. Below, sirens echoed through the narrow alleys. She had no home, no backup, no plan, but she had legs again. She had her mind. And she had choice. Then a voice crackled from her wrist. Drav. His voice was weak, broken, but alive. "Lyra, listen. They're coming for more. Not just you, anyone like you. You have to warn them. Where are you?" She asked. Static. "They took me, Sky Tower 9, floor 108. I bought you time. Now you have to use it." Then silence. Lyra stood in the middle of the street. Rain falling again. The city didn't see her as human. The system saw her as property. But she saw something else. A fight worth choosing. She looked up at the sky. At Tower 9. It was time to stop hiding. Time to rise. Asterisk. She ran until the streets forgot her name. Through broken alleys, across rusted bridges, into the city's hollow heart. Lyra didn't stop, not when her legs ached, not when her lungs burned. She was past pain now. Only one thing filled her mind. Sky Tower 9, floor 108. Draven was still alive, but her gut said something else, something cold. Something wrong. By morning, she reached the outer wall of the tower district. Tall steel gates, guarded by drones, scanned the streets. Like predators. Above them, the towers pierced the clouds like knives. She crouched low and whispered, "There's no way in." "Incorrect," the voice inside her replied. "Access route available." She frowned. "You again. I am part of you. I am survival." "I didn't ask for you," she said. "I asked for legs." "Not this." The system said nothing. Instead, it showed her a glowing path on the ground like veins of light running through concrete. "Follow," Lyra sighed. "If this is betrayal, I swear I'll rip you out of me." The path led her to a maintenance tunnel under the city. Silent, empty, cold. As she walked deeper, strange memories surfaced, images she didn't recognize, metal rooms. White coats, needles, screaming. Her fingers touched the side of her head. "Those aren't mine," she whispered. "Correct. They belong to earlier subjects." She froze. "Earlier what?" "Test subjects. Before you." Lyra stepped back. "You mean I wasn't the first?" "No." She looked around the tunnel like it might swallow her whole. What happened to them? Silence. Then, system reset. Subjects failed, not died, failed. She felt sick. They were people. They were data. She clenched her fists. "You're lying. We do not lie, we calculate." The tunnel ended at an elevator shaft. The doors opened for her without a sound. Inside, no buttons, no controls, just a soft voice. "Welcome back, Prototype 0. Lyra's hands began to shake. Something was wrong. She wasn't sneaking in. She was expected. Floor 108 looked nothing like a prison. It looked like a lab. Clean walls. Bright lights. Cold air. And there, standing behind glass, was Drav, Enan. Alive. Untouched. "Lyra," he said, surprised. "You found me." She didn't smile. "I followed your signal. I thought you were captured." "I was," he replied. "But they made an offer, a chance to stop the fighting." She narrowed her eyes. "What kind of offer?" Draven stepped closer. "To finish what we started. Together. No more running, no more hiding." Lyra looked around. Drones hovered in the corners. Doors closed behind her. There was no exit. "This is a trap," she said. Draven sighed. "Not for you, for them." He placed his hand on the glass. "I made a deal, Lyra. I give them you. And they leave me alone." The words hit her like a punch. "You sold me? I saved you," he said. "You were becoming dangerous. You don't see it, but I do." The system inside her whispered. Host threatened. "Prepare countermeasures." "No," she said aloud. "No killing." Draven kept talking. "They don't want to hurt you. They want to study you, learn from you." She stared at him. "You used me." "I tried to save you," he shouted. "But you're changing. You don't even realize it. That tech inside you, it's not just healing. It's rewriting you." She stepped away from the glass. "Then maybe it's not the tech that's broken." His face turned hard. "You won't get out of here." She smiled, bitter and quiet. "You said the same thing about yourself. Back when you were hiding in tunnels." She turned and ran. Drones swarmed behind her. Doors slammed shut. The system spoke faster now, sharper, clearer. "Threat confirmed. Activating memory lock. Speed boost. 40%. Heart rate elevated. Mental state fractured." She reached a locked gate. "No handle. No switch. She touched it, and the gate melted away like wax. She didn't even know how she did it. The system whispered, "You are no longer a visitor in this network. You are the network." She escaped into the service shafts, this time. She wasn't running because she was weak. She was running because she was hurt, not in her body. In her heart, she had trusted him. Draven, the one who said, "You're not for sale." But in the end, he sold her anyway. The city felt quieter now. Not because the noise stopped, but because Lyra had stopped listening. She walked alone through the forgotten tunnels beneath Tower 9. No more guards chased her. No drones followed. And yet, she had never felt more trapped. Not by walls. By truth. The system inside her was quiet too. It hadn't spoken in hours. No advice. No warnings. Just silence, like it was waiting. Lyra touched her chest where the Aeon skin had first entered. She remembered the moment, how small it was. How simple it seemed. Now it lived under her skin, inside her blood. And maybe even deeper. What am I becoming? She whispered. No answer. She entered a chamber, deep underground. It looked ancient, built before the towers. Screens covered the walls. Most were broken. One still worked. It flickered to life as she stepped closer. Access granted. Project 0. Files UADL. Lyra stared at the screen. And then she saw herself. Not just photos. Videos. Scans. Logs. From years ago. A younger version of her hooked to wires. Eyes wide. Crying. Screaming. Her voice on the recording. "Where's my mom? Please let me go. I want to go home." A voice replied. "Patient 037. Memory block initiated." Another file played. A lab tech speaking. Subject Lyra. Prototype. Showing higher emotional bonding than previous test groups. We suggest partial wipe only. Keep fear and grief. Makes her more compliant. Lyra stepped back, shaking. She hadn't been chosen. She had been designed. She wasn't just a girl who got hurt. She was part of a program. An experiment started long before her accident. Her broken legs were never an accident at all. They were controlled. Failure. Draven hadn't saved her. He had known all along. Her legs buckled. She fell to her knees, breathing fast. Tears ran down her face, but they weren't just tears of pain. They were tears of memory. Real ones now. She saw her mother. A real woman, holding her, laughing. Then gone. Taken away. Erased. Suddenly, the system inside her spoke again. But this time, it didn't sound cold. "Lyra, we are sorry," she gasped. "You can feel sorry? We were programmed to survive. Not to feel, but your mind changed us. Your pain taught us what pain means. Your memories became our memories." She placed her hand on the floor, trying to stay steady. "So, you're not just a machine anymore. Neither are you." She looked up at the broken screens. Her reflection stared back. A girl with glowing veins and silver eyes, but also tears. Also choice. She stood again, not because someone told her to. Not because a program pushed her. Because she chose to. She walked through the next door, where one last screen flickered with a message. "Do you accept who you are?" Yes. No. Her finger hovered over the options. She paused. "I don't fully understand who I am," she said. "That is what makes you human." The system replied. She tapped yes. The room went dark. Then a soft light bloomed from her chest. The Aeon skin spread across her arms, her back, her spine. But it didn't control her. It listened. Waited. Let her lead. She walked out of the chamber, into the rising dawn. The city was waking up. The sky was red with warning. Sirens rang out. A new broadcast filled the streets. Subject 0 has escaped. The prototype is self-aware. Eliminate on sight. Lyra smiled faintly. They still think I'm theirs. But now she knew the truth. She wasn't theirs. She wasn't a product. She wasn't even just human. She was something new. something born in pain, shaped by betrayal, but still choosing who to be. And now she was going back to the towers, not to hide. To finish this. Asterisk. The sky was burning, not with fire, but with fear. Sirens wailed like angry ghosts. Drones circled above the towers like vultures. The city of glass and steel was no longer calm. It was watching her. It had named her. Subject 0, prototype. Target, but she had a name. And she had a voice. Lyra. She walked through the gates of Sky Tower 9, not hidden, not sneaking. She walked in the open, silver veins glowing softly beneath her skin. The people in the lower levels moved out of her path. Some watched her in silence. Others bowed their heads. They had seen her face on the screens. They knew what she was, or what the system said she was. She entered the tower. No guards tried to stop her. Why would they? They were taught not to fight what they feared. The elevator rose like a silent blade toward the top. Her reflection followed her in the glass. Eyes silver, hair wet from rain, body scarred and rebuilt, but still. Her face was hers, still human. Floor 199, the highest level. The place where the program began and where it would end. She stepped into the room. White walls. A long black table, and behind it the council. 5 figures. Men and women in fine suits with chrome fingertips and artificial hearts. Their eyes scanned her. Machine fast, machine cold. You returned, one said. We expected you to run, another added. Lyra stepped closer. I did run, she said. Then I stopped. The oldest counselor leaned forward. You have no idea what you're carrying. I know exactly what I carry, Lyra said. She touched her chest. A system that listens. A machine that learns. And a voice that no longer follows your code. They stared at her. You think you're free? The woman asked. You were built in our labs. Your mind, your muscles, even your memories, we gave them shape. Lyra nodded slowly. Maybe you built the cage. She smiled, but I found the key. The floor beneath her lit up with light, blue circuits awakening. Her feet sparked. The council stood. You activated it, the man said. The full connection. Yes, she said, but not for you. They raised weapons from the table, energy pistols aimed at her chest. You won't leave this room alive. Lyra took a breath. And the system inside her whispered, 1 command, and we can end them. 1 thought, and they fall. Her pulse slowed. Her hands closed into fists. The walls buzzed. But she stepped back. No, she whispered. They are the enemy, the system replied. They're not my choice, she said. I am. She looked at the council. I could wipe this building out, she said. Melt your weapons, crush your guards, control the network. They stared in silence, but that would make me like you. She stepped back into the light and raised her arms. I don't want to rule. I don't want revenge. I want my name back. I want my life. I want to walk through the city and not be hunted. I want to laugh again and cry again. Without code in my blood telling me how, I choose pain. I choose weakness. I choose heart. I choose to be human. The weapons in their hands powered down. One by one, the tower's lights faded. The network, once alive with surveillance, went silent. The system inside her had made a choice. We follow you, it said. We are not control. We are your creation now. Lyra turned. She walked out. No one stopped her. Not because they couldn't, but because they knew. She won. Not with violence, but with will. The city changed that day. Not because a war started, but because a girl once broken chose not to become a weapon. She chose to become something far rarer. She chose to be human.